Hey yo, what is going on, viewers of the tube? My name is Tyler, and unfortunately you won't get to see me and my chonies coming in like a wrecking ball like yesterday.
Matic like a wrecking ball, I never been so hard upon.
But don't worry, if the markets are boring you, we have something to wake you right up. You know our hype sauce. It's time for Chico Crypto. Well, the markets aren't necessarily boring if you're feeling those altcoins, especially if you like those Binance IEOs like that wrecking ball matic. But here's the thing and point I want to get across early in this episode. Matic was a plain out unnatural pump and dump built on nothing. The pump took place over 2 weeks and over 4x without any major correction or cool off during that time. That right there should have screamed pump and dump. But you know your boy Chico has made some stellar calls lately on altcoins, and these are not pump and dumps, but built on actual fundamentals from the project teams and what they will contribute to the future of decentralized finance. So more recently, I found iExec RLC and how they're contributing to the off-chain trusted compute. I found this in early October, and since then, it has also pumped by over 400%, going from under 20 cents to its peak of over 80 cents on November 17th. But the cool down has come, and I welcome these with open arms. iExec has come down to just over 55 cents, and this deflation has come over the course of about a month. Not in the matter of a single day, and not wiping out 100% of the gains made, like matic. This is natural. Matic was not. And then I found Enigma was highly involved with secret smart contracts and privacy within enterprise Ethereum. I spotted this in early November, and during that entire month it was pumping, going from over 28 cents to over 60 cents, nearly a 3x by the end of the month. But it has been cooling down too, naturally over the past 2 weeks. Not an immediate dump right back down to where it started before the pump. This Enigma pump is natural. Another Binance IEO that pumped along with matic, Harmony 1, was not, right back down to its price before the pump. And this brings me right into what I want to talk about next, Enigma and their involvement with enterprise Ethereum, and exactly how deep this goes. So a couple days ago, Enigma released this blog post, Enigma Discovery, Bridging Private Enterprises and Public Ethereum. And this is a bigger deal than most people realize. So let's decimate this bad boy and see what we come up with. As we can see right away, this was co-authored by Eugene Yarmush, Intel's chief architect of off-chain trusted compute for blockchains, and Sanjay Bakshi, Intel principal engineer, and of course, the Enigma team. So Intel's Sanjay is highly involved with Enterprise Ethereum. He is a leading member of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, EEA, and is actually vice chair of the Technical Specification Working Group. He is also one of the authors of EEA technical documentation for the Off-Chain Trusted Compute version 1.1, along with Eugene and iExec RLC's Li Zhang. As we can see from this picture, here is Sanjay presenting it at an iExec meetup. Now, iExec RLC has contributed most to this specification for version 1.1. It's literally using workers and decentralized worker pools to compute data in a trusted manner off-chain. Just using the search function on the EA documentation and searching by worker pool, you come to this section, worker, worker pool, requester. Now let's go over to the iExec technical documentation about their cloud computing platform. Requester, worker, worker pool. Yeah, I hope you get that. Their cloud computing platform is going to be highly involved with off-chain trusted compute, not only from EEA, but also Hyperledger Avalon, their trusted compute framework, TCF, as iExec is once again highly involved, authors of the framework. And if you search by worker, it comes up 34 times. How about requester? Only 23 times. But let's get back to Enigma. From the blog post, the EEA has identified the need for trusted and private computation as a requirement for enterprise use of blockchains and has developed the off-chain trusted compute specification. These specifications have been demonstrated by a reference implementation for Hyperledger called Avalon, which is currently available in version 1, with version 2 currently under development. Enigma has implemented the TCS specifications for an Ethereum-compatible decentralized network, the Enigma Discovery Network. In addition, Enigma has begun actively contributing to the specifications of the TCF version 2.0. Enigma's implementation of TCS introduces several contributions that are not yet included in version 1 of the TCS, such as encrypted state, and demonstrates implementations that are described but not included in Avalon, the reference implementation, such as a fee market for computations. Now, with Enigma Discovery and the integration of the TCS, it's the first implementation of off-chain trusted compute specs for a public stateful network, bringing fully private computations for public network Ethereum. They include bullet points of what Enigma brings to public mainnet integration, which I will let you dive into deeper if you'd like. A blog post is in the description. But scrolling down a little more, this is what we are concerned with. Enigma is made up of 3 types of users: nodes, aka workers, users, aka requesters, and developers. Workers, requesters. Now let's go down a bit further to the trusted compute specifications and Enigma. The Enigma network is satisfying many of the TCS's goals, all the way to support for attested oracles. Don't get mad, stinky linkies, they are not trying to compete. Remember their partnership with Chainlink announced last week? Next, they list how Enigma components will fit into the TCS, right down to how the secret nodes meet the specifications for a worker. But the major thing Enigma is trying to get across is their encrypted confidential state management. And this has been implemented into the Discovery release, and it's the first time public Ethereum will be able to handle such a complex task. So you guys, when Hyperledger Avalon v2 comes out and EA's off-chain trusted compute version 2 comes out, I guarantee you we will see Enigma as major contributors. And everyone thinks this is competition for some of my favorite enterprise Ethereum projects, like Chainlink and iExec RLC. But just look what they wrote in the blog post. A number of projects are contributing to the TCS with a variety of use cases. Projects like iExec demonstrate trusted compute for scalability, show how the TCS-enabled verified computation can facilitate this goal. Chainlink utilizes TCS-compliant verified computation for Oracle services with greater security guarantees. These products demonstrate the breadth of applications that benefit from a cohesive approach and standards pertaining to trusted computation. So it's not about competition, it's about a cohesive approach between all those contributing to create the best standards possible. So I'm not going to leave my other DeFi buddies behind. Everyone should know iExec's cloud computing network is getting a major overhaul. Tomorrow, iExec v4 is getting launched, and this brings some major things, but I'm going to break down the juicy ones. Like staking is getting a major overhaul. So staking with RLC was actually implemented with V2 of their platform, and it went live in April of 2018. And to become a worker node in RLC and contribute computing power from your CPU or GPU, it is a requirement to stake RLC. This stake is locked up as a type of security deposit, as an incentive to prevent bad actors in the network. Currently, the stake locked up during each contribution is equal to 30% of the computing cost. That sets the minimum stake amount a worker should have. But if they want to be able to cope with computation spikes, churn rates, and higher payment lockups, they would need a much higher stake percentage. This is kind of like Chainlink staking. Those who stake more will get bigger jobs, as they have a security deposit. They will lose if they return bad computations to a requester. And this staking leads me into another major upgrade with iExec v4, the Sidechains. From this Medium article written by the team, v4 will include an initial implementation of a sidechain. Without going into the details of how the sidechain will function, here are the 2 key takeaways regarding its effect on RLC tokenomics. Number 1, any exchange of cloud resources happening on the sidechain will be settled in RLC. This is totally aligned with the current state on the mainnet. And number 2, transaction validators of the sidechain will have to stake RLC. So staking gets a major overhaul with the sidechain. But how will the sidechain be used and what is it going to function as? As we can see just above this in that Medium article, they talk about iExec Enterprise. In parallel to building the infrastructure on the Ethereum public mainnet, we identified the need to bring the iExec stack into the hands of corporate users, which led to the creation of iExec for Enterprise. Enterprise sidechain? I think so. Well, I went to their Enterprise landing page and signed up, and right away you need to purchase RLC tokens to use the platform. RLC is the native token of the iExec cloud platform. In exchange for RLC tokens, users can utilize the network to rent servers, data, and applications. This is for Enterprise, guys. Just scroll down and look at those Enterprise partners. Of course, Intel, but also IBM Cloud, Ubisoft, the EA, Scone, BPI France, Parity, shoot, even Bitcoin smart contract platform Rootstock. Well, viewers, I'm digging for the fundamentals and actual major use cases that will come from blockchain. It's obvious Ethereum is getting the enterprise look, and those contributing to this aren't your average pump and dumps. Did that wake you up? Cheers. I'll see you next time.